Hello, 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 welcome and welcome back. Hope everyone's doing okay. Hello, Relsay, hello. And hello to Fireflash. Or I say Fireflash, but that's not even his name anymore. Hello to Toast and Relsay. I think that's how I've gotten everybody here. If I'm reading the message feed history correctly, yeah, that should be. Hope everyone's doing well. You fed me some fucking poison though, Ralsei. I am extremely fucking curious about that shit that you were telling me about in the message feed. Apparently Toast has heard about it as well. I guess because if you're both like Undertale Deltarune fans, you'd be a lot more, what would you say? A lot more up to date with this sort of thing. But I'm very curious though. I'm gonna play a little game, the same one that I was playing last night, looking up I only see a ceiling or something like that. See if I can't get the real ending, or the true ending, or something like that. And then we'll have a little bit of a Reactio. Ooh, I think that's how tonight's gonna go. Yes. Right. I need to activate this motherfucker. Yes, here we are. How do I do this? Right, no more stalling. Where are you, motherfucker? There you are. Looking up, I see only a ceiling. This game is about defeating negative vibes. It is about, it really is about, like, defeating, like, intrusive negative thoughts. Oh, motherfucker. Here we are. Let's see if I can't do it right. Do I need to pull up a guide? Hopefully I don't. All I need to do is find the calendars, but I just don't know where they are. Guides. Secrets or achievements? Walkthroughs? 100%? 100% plus DLC? Let me see. Alright, so this is the location of two, or specifically are in the good and bad endings. So it should be in right before getting in the taxi. Calendar is on the left side on the left tree. It's on the top chain of the right corner. It's in the umbrella rack. Calendar is in the umbrella rack near the front door in the bad ending. Did I get that? Calendar is under the test in the good ending. Under the test in the good ending. We'll see. Let me try and remember this. I'll have to flip back and forth. Right. Where do I start? Relapse checkpoint. Do I start here? Or do I have to go all the way back from the beginning? Or is it in Explore? Checkpoints. Zeus. Alright, it's counting from this. So no, this is the DLC. Right. Checkpoints. Let's see if I can't speedrun this. Because, oh, fuck. How do I have everything up at the same time? Because the problem is, I don't think it's going to remember. How do I... Alright, let's just start it from here. Fuck it from the beginning. Is this the right checkpoint? No, I don't think so. Is it? Hold on, no, main menu. Where the fuck am I? How do I collect all the calendars? Relapse. Outside of the safe boundaries of my house. I don't get it. Wait, what? Where am I? Because it can't be here. No, it can't be here. Or should I just start again? I am lost. What's in the fucking balls? Calendar's on the right. Fuck it, I'll start again. How bad could it fucking be? How bad could it be, I say, and then I miss a calendar and I want to die. And I won't miss one, I won't miss one. Could I have not started? There is one of the I still have. Let's get the strength from my past experience. I should head to my uni now. So it's outside my door. It's outside the late student's room. Where is that? Oh, so there was one here. Okay, so you collect them permanently. So this is probably the best way I can be as thorough as possible. Outside the late student's room. Where's that? I'm gonna guess this goes backwards. Yeah, okay, there's no point going backwards. Motherfucker. It's outside the late student's room, so it's outside this guy's room. Okay, so that's not my point of interest. I am a very thorough gamer. I must do this, right? So it's not here. Calendar is found on the staircase. So he's using this. It will not be here, so I gotta go down. Gotta go down. Even more down. Calendar is found inside the painting room under the trash bag. Where's the painting room? You're talking, blah, blah, blah. The painting room, wait, what? The painting is found inside the painting room under a trash bag. Where is that? You mean the boardroom? Hold on, I am fucking lost beyond belief. What is this guy talking about? The painting room under the trash bag. We see what? So this is the one in the staircase. Is it? She's just fucking lying to me. Why would you lie to me like that? So we go over here, and then it says calendar is under the left yellow note. On the right side after getting past a chained up door. Okay, so it's not... We might be going on to another area of the game right now. So no, this is the bus. Alright, so now things change here. I've been reading this guide very, very, very wrong. Yep, come on. Disappear. Snap back into reality, or snap out of reality. I don't know. Yes, it's happening again. It's happening all over again. Alright, these guys laughing at me again. So that was for another achievement, blah blah blah. This is broken. Somebody speaking out over here. Going back? Forget it. No. Oh no, she's dead. That's so sad. That's very, very sad. Okay, whatever. just clicking everything like a mongoloid. anxiety simulator be like? Is this what this game is? I guess so. It's found in the painting room. Found under the yellow note on the right after getting past the chained up doors and a bush before getting in the taxi. Alright, so I'm nowhere near that point yet. I think if you... Yeah, you get an achievement if you do that. Silly. You should have timed it right. Alright, let's do this again. So... I need to start here, really. So, under the trash bag in the painting room. This one? No, this is the break room. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind doing this shit. That's mine. Let's get out. What's in here? I forgot. Yep. So we need to see this guy. Now we open this. A cutter. Then we go over here. Maybe this is what they mean by the painting room? Right. And then the cat dies sound effect, so it was under here, so I got that. No, not of any use to me. No of any use. Blah, blah. Calendars under the left yellow nose after getting past the chained up door. Okay. Is that the one I might have missed? I might have missed that one. I like the detail that when you turn on the light, it lets you see it. Alright, ignore that. That's not necessary to look at. Blah. There's a note here. Okay. This is my hammer now. Taking this. Ignoring this, because we do not care. No, we can't go over here. The door is blocked. Alright. Then we need to go over here, into the break room, over here, over here. Now that was for the key. Now what am I doing? We already took that. So now we hit this. Then we go over here, our little portal. It's ours. Water climber comes in. Action phase, blah blah blah. Act quick. Act fast. Easy peasy, easy peasy. So it's right, it says there's a calendar here. Under the left yellow note. What if I go over here? Under here. Ah, 9 out of 10. So that was something I was missing. There's only random scribbles. There's a note. We tried and tried and tried again, but it wasn't enough. How can we escape this spiral now? We are at our limits, always feeling behind others, and no one even seems to care. The note has bloodstains on it. That's gross. The corridor is completely dark. I think it's better to take the other one. This one is scary. No kidding. Yes, the exit. Obviously now we are visited by our friendly friends, our very helpful friends, our not ugly friends, our our shadow friends, obviously. Alright, let's go over here. Hopefully there isn't a calendar hiding here, or I will fucking lose my mind. Go down. And then we find the exit. Is in a bush before getting into the taxi. Everything seems to be normal here. I think whatever it is, I probably got that one. Yeah, okay. The calendar is on the left side, in the left tree outside the university. Is in a chain. I want to get the secret ending. Please, 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 please. This is a lot of clicking, but thank God I can skip the dialogue. I've already seen it all before. I just want to see the last thing. I'm missing one last thing. Alright. On the left side and the left tree. Some of them are apparently ending exclusive, which is very funny. On the left side on this tree. I think I got it. Calendar is in the chain top right corner of the classroom before you go in. Chain of the top is in the chain top right corner of the classroom before you go in. So we don't need to see any of this. I'm gonna check the right side just in case. No, nothing here. Obviously we see our friends again. This is the place I got stuck in for quite a while. Okay, so that's this one. Does this rely on us having to see and destroy the code? Because I don't think the chained up room is here. No, it's readable. I think it's all the same. And the code should be predetermined. So, does this not count as the chained up room? So I don't think it's this one. No, it can't be. So. Okay, nice. So we're not allowed in here. All of these classrooms, I think, are fucked. That's just a dead end, no one cares. Locked. Not interested. So now we go over here. The code is 312433 says. 312433. Nice. So now let's look for the classroom. This is not the exam room. We can't do anything with the exit. It's a shadow. It's dark. I don't want to go in there. So not interested. Okay. Then we bump into this guy. This is the guy who ran out on us before. And this is him. This is the scary guy. Hello, Shadow Man. And then the game continues from here, I believe. Yep, you've come to save us. The scissors. It's like Checo's gun, but it's Checo's scissors instead. The worst part is this time is okay, so Come on, come on, I need to find all the I have one more calendar! Which I think I left in the bad ending? I can't remember. Let's act quick. Hopefully I'm not missing anything here or I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. My exam room. I found it again. Is this a loop? Maybe. Maybe I don't have to escape anymore. Maybe I have to face the fears of my exam. I have to make one last effort. So it's not in here. So before you enter, is in the top right. It's in the chain top right corner. It's not here. So then we go in here. It's not, still not in here. He's back. Whatever, so. So I think I'm missing one in the bad ending. And oh dear, our dearest friend gets stabbed. How sad. How sad. How sad indeed. Alright, come on. You can probably hear me furiously clicking just to get past this. Because I'm gonna go mad if I'm missing one calendar and I can't find it. It probably isn't the bad ending. It says it's in the umbrella rack. So it gives us quite a lot of time to see this. Alright, so now we fucked it up, we can't escape. And he's killing him, no! And we're witnessing all the bloodshed. Oh, my eyes! My poor little eyes! I can't bear to see this. Okay. So it's in the umbrella rack, he says. Where would that be? Why is it so hard for me to find the umbrella rack? If I don't want to, I want to rest. You motherfucker. The door's gone. Did I miss it, or...? Oh, that's not good. I forgot about that. A little bit of a Doki Doki Literature Club reference. Because of course it is. It says it's in the... here, isn't it? Aha! Gotcha, bitch! You feel an inner strength. Replay the end of the game. Alright. Let's go over here. Go into relapse, checkpoints. Now we can do a new action. Where are you? Here. I'm ready to kick some fucking ass. Alright, now I don't need this anymore. Secret slop! Come on, Butters! I'm trying to fucking... Alright. Alright, see you around, Rousey. I'll be sure to look at the drama that you were mentioning before. And hello, Butters! They low-key deserve it for all that Roblox haircut. If my son ever spawns, ever draws purple tips, he's going bald. Or if he dies, purple tips. But how you doing, Butters? It's been a while. Sorry I was ignoring the message feed for a while. I was just so fucking locked in trying to find this shit. And hello, Mia! Oh, but you don't have to feel bad. And Noobman the Silly, how you doing? Sorry I've ignored everyone, but you know. Alright. Get stabbed, get stabbed, get stabbed, get stabbed, get stabbed, get stabbed, get stabbed. Hurry up and get stabbed, hurry up and get stabbed, hurry up and get stabbed. Welcome to a little bit of UK culture. How about that? How's everyone? Useless. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Just watch. I'm ready for your shenanigans. You think you can overpower me this time? We will save the Tumbler Man. You can help him with the power of calendars. Alright, you ready? This is gonna be the true ending. Well, don't just stand there. Let's help him! Holy shit, the violence! Hey, take these! The scissors! Gotcha, bitch. How do you feel now? Damn, you two. You really think you can do something about this? You think you will be able to stop us? Us? Oh no, my god, he's turning into a monster! This is like Omega Flowey when he reveals his true form. It's a gun. Who are you? Are you the receptionist? That we saw from before? What? Bang! Smile, you son of a bitch. Oh, it's him as well. Now we got more friends. How did you know we were here? No. No! You will not get away so easy. You know we will come back. Who are you? Act quick. We must save him! Come on, let's get out of here. Bang! We defeated the monster! Dough yum did. Looks just like you, Poindexter. Welcome! Shooter slop, never mind she badass. Void slop? Maybe, I don't know. Butters, this is just a game about anxiety. That's literally all that it is, right? It's just got a ton of like metaphor and visuals. Just another step. Are you alright? No, he's not fucking alright. You know what? Also this time I was observing you from the beginning. I have to say that now, you really exceeded my expectations. Really? Do you think so? Really? Yes. I know you have been through a lot. And this time, you made it through by yourself. Before, there was me pushing you forward. Now, look who is helping who. You see, you learned from the past events and took advantage of your failures. This situation, your relapse, is the name of the DLC, helps you become a better person. Relapse? I know, it's difficult to solve things. By just putting a smile on your face, sometimes it's not enough. But also a little change, in any form, is still a step in the right direction. You have realized the situation you were in. This is already an important action. But, are you sure I can do it? Do you believe in me this much? I always did. Maybe having a tiny voice inside us that always screams for our success can be helpful during tough times. Why do you look so shocked? So this is not a goodbye, right? Maybe. You can see it like this. The beginning of a new cycle, with a new vision on your life. What do you mean? Hey, wait! You just peaced out? place I was in before disappeared. Behind me, there was just a normal corridor. Was that all a dream? But anyway, I feel much more relieved now. Why? I finally am in my exam room. Somehow I'm better, I can do it. All these people, I don't feel so judged anymore. Have I changed in some way? They look a lot friendlier, at least. From my apartment, to my university, to my exam desk. Did I really do this all by myself? Something is really different, huh? Take the test. Balloons is dropping another spin-off. Only thing I relapse is my diet because I'm such a fat child. Bro, I would lose my mind if this game was about dieting and this was just like a fatoid. If our protagonist was fat, holy shit, I couldn't even play the game. I would just be sitting here cursing at it the whole time. Holy hell. Students are discussing exams answers, but I'm happy with what I did in the test. I believe in myself. Hello. Hello, excuse me. We got a new friend! I took one step by myself and I've seen it all. She finally met a state herself. Before there was only the ceiling, now the outside world. After a new intense sequence of events, she still rises up again. She found new ways to support herself. And with more confidence, she goes on with her life. The true ending, motherfucker! Got it. Thank you for playing. A few hours earlier. Here again. I want to make this quick. I need to go to my exam room. Oh, we're playing through the perspective of the guy. Cafe. Or coffee. These people, I feel their eyes on me. I know they're judging me. I know they hate me. They do because you are a fucking chud. True ending is writing on the paper. Pencil slop. The exam room is close. I feel my anxiety going up. No, I can't do this. I can't. It's so simple. I just need to turn around and go home. But what about the exam? What is happening to me? I feel so helpless, so far behind. The burden, the anxiety, my overthinking. I feel them stronger each step I take. What if I fail? What will other people think about me? I will never get out of this alive. To be continued. Weird. This guy's dealing with his own monsters. Hey, we have a happy protagonist. She's happy. I'm happy. We did it. We got the true fucking ending to Looking Up. I see only a ceiling. It's a good game. It's a good game. It's a little bit repetitive because you do have to play it a little bit with iteration, especially because you have to find all the secrets. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Very nice story. I like how it looks. Good point and click game, and it's very short. I think if you knew what you were doing, you could complete this in like easily less than 2 hours. If you were full on speedrunning this, maybe less than an hour. I know, it's a pretty good game. Good game. I approve of this. Now, it's time for the fun part. I was told by Rouse and Toast that apparently there's been a Deltarunoid who's been causing a little bit of trouble by the name of Shay. Now, this is something I might want to look at. Motherfucker, what is that? What the fuck? I don't give a shit. Alright, so let me see. Shay Deltarune. Already? Fucking hell. There's a ton of videos here. I'm not sure if this is about the same guy. What the fuck? Does anyone know this? Have you peeped the Geometry Dash pedophile tier list? I'm gonna have to save that for later, Butters, because now the way you said it makes me very, very, very curious. So, how do you spell it? Pedophile Geometry Dash tier list. Oh, these ones? Someone's even made an archive, just in case. Just in case. You've got the did anxiety slump. Day 31 asking for Snowgrave. Toast, that's an entire month of asking for Snowgrave. I'm proud of you. Anyways, let me get the screen up and let me stop being such a loser. Here we are. Oh, this is the wrong one. This is the this is Geometry Dash pedophile tier list. Actually, no. Let me
So
have a
Geometry
quick
Dash
look
has
at
a
this.
very particular issue with pedophiles for some weird reason. The only other community I can think of with as many weirdos is probably the OC or the Discord community. Today I have this, a tier list, and I have a group of pedophiles.
I don't know who
right
any
here,
of these
and I'm
guys.
gonna rank them. Also, keep in mind, like, there's
Who's
definitely
who's
a
the
lot.
best one?
I don't know, C
This guy. S weirdo S. Kill yourself.
tier.
Honorable mention.
I have Guitar Hero Styles. Oh, as you got this guy, I already have like 3. Everybody how he's been deserved S tier. Just the way he conducts himself online, it's just true S tier behavior. He's just
S tier
beyond the
pedophile.
rest. So yeah, this is the final tier list. If you have any,
The problem is I don't know anything about Geometry Dash. Apart from it's a game. I don't know anything about the community, so I can't possibly find this funny. But fucking hell, have you seen how many videos on this fucking guy exist already? Already? Even from fucking Merg of all people. This guy is fucking huge in gaming. And also Undertale and Deltarune. What if I go into this guy's channel?
Everybody.
Deltarune, but it's an Earthbound ROM hack. Does he have anything... What? No? Okay. So, nothing yet. Right. So, which one do I watch? I mean, this one's only 2 minutes. So, what does Merg have to say about this guy? Oh, for fuck, I don't want this fucking dog shit, and I don't want autoplay. Turn off ambi emoji, motherfuckers. I don't want this shit neither.
I've wanted to make this video for a long time.
These are my Geometry Dash celebrities. Are they also your celebrity crushes, Butters? And I love your new username, by the way, Butterbum7. I've seen like 2 of this guy's videos. I have his... you have his... you hate his chud voice. I thought you were going to say you have his chud voice. But if you also... You do have... Yeah, Butter. You do have a chud voice. You do have a chud voice.
Now that everyone's bringing up the situation with Shay, an Undertale Deltarune content creator, I think the time has come. Just to be clear, I'm not here to accuse or defend anyone.
Really?
The accusations are really...
So, this document. Sexual assault, sexual harassment, grooming, abusive. While in the community, Shay has committed reprehensible acts including grooming multiple fans and assaulting their now ex-partner. They are an active danger to the community. Please read. Do you have a link to the Google Docs? No, you don't.
really bad, and if you look into them, you should always form your own opinion, not take somebody else's. So instead, I want to take you on a trip down memory lane back to last year. In 2024, there was an attempt to get me cancelled over on Twitter.
Really?
Apparently because I was too popular, and people were making too many Muffet jokes. Okay, let me summarize the drama for you. I played an Undertale fan game. It was about an AU where one of the many changes was Kara being replaced by their adult version. When I uploaded the video, there were some comments making jokes about the design. That's it.
Just calling it goon slop, I suppose. That's it. Oh, so what are you trying to connect this to?
That's literally the extent of the entire drama. It was the only time I ever interacted with the game, and nothing else happened. That whole thing resulted in well over a year's worth of hate and harassment getting sent my way. Which admittedly is perfectly normal, because it happened on Twitter. But a lot of these content creators...
I like how he had to flip up fucking both of them. If you see that real quick, hold on. Is it letting me go back frame by frame, or is that not working? Motherfuck.
These
oh, fuck it,
sent
whatever.
my way. Which admittedly is perfectly normal, because it happened
Oh, if you didn't know what this was this. Thank you.
on Twitter. But a lot of these content creators and fan game makers who are active in that community are part of the problem, because they can never stay in their own lane, both on a professional level and, as we can see, also on a personal level. So as you may have guessed, one of the people who got involved was Shay, saying stuff like, yeah, that's definitely crossing a line. Really? With everything else that was already going on by that time, that was the problem? Or this one. Merg overstepped the line with hearting some of the comments specifically referring to, and I don't even want to finish reading that, especially now that we know I'm definitely not the one overstepping any lines here.
Ooh, this is nice. No, you don't. Active danger and it's just some chud. We'll see. Because, ooh, Berg has got a little bit of history. That's what I like to see.
Seriously, what's wrong with people? How do you so blatantly spread lies and completely misrepresent the entire situation? Trying to distract from some other things that were happening at the time, perhaps?
Are you calling projection? Is that what that is?
Who knows? Shay wasn't the only one. Multiple other creators joined in as well. The overreaction, misinformation, that holier-than-thou attitude, all while actual problems were happening in the background, is disgusting. It made me want to distance myself more and more from the entire scene. Now, with everything that's happening, it might be for the best. It just really sucks. Thankfully, I'm not directly involved myself. All I'm doing here is sharing one major issue I've had with that community for a long time. And hey, let me just say this. People who try to turn stupid drama into something serious usually got worse things they're hiding. I was just here, waiting.
Yeah, no, Merg definitely has like some sort of axe to grind. But you know what, fair enough. If you have like someone that you can identify and then you're like, well, you know, it's fair enough. But I guess, fucking fair enough. I fucked up the crop again, what's going on? Where's my mouse? There it is. Motherfuck, where's my fucking, fuck my stupid shuttle life. Here we go, that's how it should be, yes. The thing is, though, he doesn't fucking link the Google Doc. What about here? What the fuck are you?
I'm recording this on November 18th of 2025. If you're seeing this, there has been an exposure document released about
Bill Clinton is a lucky man, you know. Is that like a reference to the Epstein files, spotters? The newly released, totally not edited Epstein files? Okay, you couldn't have I don't want to be too mean, especially considering the subject matter, but you couldn't have presented this video in any other way?
Shay, who you might know as the popular Undertale series content creator.
No, I actually didn't know at all who he fucking was.
They have done completely reprehensible things to their friends and loved ones, and many people that I know have been—
Do you link the fucking Google document? Okay, let me just put up Distraction Cat for a second. Where is this fucking thing? Dismiss. And here is the original tweet, which I believe links to the same doc. Preface. Holy fuck! What the fuck? Oh, it's just wait, what? Where's the whole thing? Wait, what? Am I looking at the wrong way? What? Additional context. Anonymous. Did you link the proper thing or click the subtabs? Table contents. Is this the whole thing or? Anonymous. Right, you probably fucked up the link, but I found it from the tweet anyway. So I put it back over here. So this is from the tweet. What's going on here? The comments have been turned off. The popular Undertale Deltarune YouTuber Shay has been exposed for horrible violating actions that have affected numerous people. A document has been released going into detail on the victim's stories. Please be aware that this involves very sensitive blah 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 that are stated at the very beginning of the document. For Shay? I don't think... Are you sure that's how you wanted to word that? Who the fuck are you, though?
Been affected by their horrible actions. These are chronicled in a document posted in the description.
Yeah.
Just a fair warning.
Although, I think if you want the better files or the document, you might want to go onto the tweet and then follow the link from the tweet.
For anyone that goes to read it, it accounts for events past, I want to say, 28 hours. And before learning about this, they were some...
The Undertale files. Wah, 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 da, da, da. Files of Undertale.
One that I considered a friend. and reading everyone's testimonies and the events that were shown in the document, seeing how they were affected by Shay's actions.
Please just get to the good stuff, please.
Regarding what I plan on doing, since you might be aware that I put a couple of references to Shay in Delta Traveler. As of recording this, I have already released a patch for the game for all platforms that removes all references to this person.
Alright. Well, what about the document?
Notoriety, like what Shay got. There have been numerous incidents, like this one, where they let the power get into their heads and they just assume that they can do whatever the fuck they want. This is not the first time that I've experienced this kind of betrayal.
Not the first time. Who the fuck are you hanging out with?
By someone popular that I knew. It's not even the first in this community. And frankly, I'm just tired of
Have you just been collecting all of like the fucked up people to be friends with?
being burned by big figures. And that's how it's supposed to be. And bunkered after everything has crumbled around them. And honestly, thinking back, having taken all of this, and that's because I wasn't exploitable to support you. Feel free to send me a refund on the Shay plushies I bought to support you. And also all the ad
Oh, so that's what the link was for. You're just demanding a refund. Fine.
revenue for the Delta Traveler videos you made. I'll go ahead and link my code.
Yeah, no, whatever. This fucking video sucks. Alright, so let me see. Am I looking at the right? Okay, so that's that one. That's that one. Screw you, Shay. This one's the longest video. No, I lied. It's this one. The fucking little ping tuber. 25 minutes. I don't think this is the same guy. I don't think you're talking about the same guy. Okay. I'm fucking lost. Is there a video that actually can talk about this properly, or do I have to like...
So, if you don't know, a bit ago, there was a document released on Shay. There is 2 documents and a video all released about Shay.
Can you... Oh my fuck, I'm gonna rip my fucking eyes out. Can you not speak with this in the background? I'm going to detonate if this is the whole fucking video.
Kind of together. And the general thing of it was that... Yeah, basically just 2 docs in a video, and it is pretty bad.
My own experiences, and then this one is from Sybil's GD. Do you link these? Because that's a different document, isn't it? It could be. Doc 1, Doc 2. Let's pull up the second document as well. Let me put that up here. So that links to the Twitter post. This is over here, blah, blah, blah. Don't give a shit. So this is 15 fucking pages long. God motherfucking damn.
You might be asking why me of all people is even talking about this, and I just think it's probably good for me too, because Shay was the reason I started content in the first place, and...
Alright, come on. Stop fucking talking.
Mystic Slime has more subscribers than they do. But I think...
Are you saying that like in the tone of like a middle-aged bald guy with like a fucking spatula in his hand as he's standing in front of a grill? White people will be white people.
Shay was definitely like one of the most well-known people.
Oh my fucking god. Nobody knows how to make a fucking video nowadays.
Because, I mean, I'm just the replacement. I mean, you know, fucking...
I beg your fucking pardon? I don't like this sentiment. What the fuck?
For the community for good. And I really hope people don't take this as a way to, like, start acting transphobic or anything like that.
Where did this come from? Where did this fucking come from? This background pisses me off. What, just the Undertale gameplay? Oh my fucking word. What? I don't understand.
that were managing things, especially in Shay's Discord when people were waiting for the doc to drop.
I'm not interested. Alright, about Shay.
I meant to say this in the middle of the recording, but I'm going to put this at the start because I completely forgot about it. But just a general PSA for anyone who's like a minor or like just turned 18. Please, if you're someone
Well, thank God I'm 953.
who is prone to make sexual jokes and such, first of all, do not make them about yourself. And especially don't do them towards other people, especially if they're like a big content creator or something, or just genuinely an adult.
The obligatory don't be a fucking weirdo or nuisance disclaimer. Alright. Can you talk about the topic at hand, please?
I'm working on is supposed to be about something fun and stuff, and
I don't care.
every single testimony
Yeah.
I've stopped reading after the third one because it was frankly very long.
Too long didn't read. Real.
I've said many times that I'm not particularly good with reading, and there was at first a tweet kind of announcing it, which at first seemed like in very poor taste.
I can't do this, bro. Everybody sucks at fucking making videos. Alright.
Okay.
The fundraiser,
so
please.
This is the second time I'm deciding to record this.
Grown adult can't read.
Because the
No, but you don't understand, Butters. I'm retarded.
first time I wasn't in the right headspace for a lot of the things. And frankly, I don't really know if I'm going to be by the end of this one either. I'm not here to go too far into the details. They're a fucking monster. After reading through
Yeah?
as much as I can,
Not all of it, though, but just as much as you could.
and because I woke up at 7 p.m. to a good friend of mine,
I don't fucking care about your vlog, bro. Oh,
because as someone who has been a victim themselves, I won't go into details about that, but as someone who has been a victim
all right.
in the past,
Mm.
when I was much younger at least, I know that these things happen, and these things happen behind closed doors a lot of the times, 100% of the times.
As opposed to public grooming. As opposed to publicly grooming someone. Hey, look, everyone. Look. Yep, me right here. I'm grooming Butters right now. Right before your eyes. Your Honor, the defendant claims they aren't good at reading, but their favorite game is all textile.
And a lot of the times I'm shocked, but I get to move on with my life.
It's ironic that. He's grooming me and I like it. Grooming successful. You have become the raped.
You know, I've been there since goddamn mini lad got outed out. You know,
That's a fucking callback. I'll give you that. That's a callback.
I'm not. This isn't anything new to me. I was a friend to them to some degree. You know, maybe not someone who was a close friend, but as someone who would occasionally talk, would occasionally ask about things or talk about things.
Can you occasionally say something useful, please?
You know, been like this. I'm still pretty young. I'm only 19. Like I don't
Insert the image of the chud sitting at the desk. I'm only 19. 19 is still young.
know that many people who are even 18 yet. A lot of the people that I met were a lot younger than me when I met them. So, you know,
All right, anecdotal story.
which I was gonna start streaming pretty soon. Hopefully, I don't know. You know, I got into working on projects and modding the game as well because of them. Everything I do now related to Undertale and Deltarune was because of them. Because I wasn't into Undertale a lot until recently, like very recently. I'm talking last year. I recently got into everything and got into the community again and realized, oh my god, how much it's changed over the years.
Yeah, you kind of missed the peak then.
And I wanted to be a part of it again. Of course not. I'm still gonna be a part of it. Just because of this whole situation, that doesn't mean I'm, you know, gonna leave forever, as it is, because of, you know, situation IRL that I cannot talk about, you know, stopping me from actually, too long. However, we all
I can't. Every single video about this has been fucking useless. Go! I'm having a chud overload. I can't fucking, like, every single fucking video about this, apart from Mergs, funnily enough, but that's just because it's funny and it's the fucking, it wastes the least amount of time. So this one was fucking not good. You were the one. This one was the one who released the second document. I recognize this name. So this should be a good video, although it is 25 minutes.
Is right. Where is my chat?
About Shay.
Hi, chat.
Alright.
Came out in the information with shame, and so I wanted to do a live stream talking about it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do a video because that would require editing, so I'm just going to speak right from the heart and everything like that. Some of you don't know.
You're not doing this with a script? And you're live streaming this? So this was streamed a day ago. I would argue if you're doing something like this, you want to make a proper video and you want to be more prepared. Even though you've made a document, I would say if you are going to translate it essentially into a different format, make a proper video and make a script. Don't try and, I wouldn't recommend to raw dog it, okay? Like, you make a fucking mistake, or you say something a little off, it's like, it reverses your progress, let's say.
Know what happened to Shay today, and that's okay, because a lot of you aren't on Twitter, so you might not know. But
Thank God.
You had to do this with a fucking buddy? You couldn't just have done it by yourself?
thank you for being a member, Vinny. This is
These
an
videos
announcement
below, you're fucking telling me, man.
to everyone.
And this one created one of the fucking documents that we're gonna have to look at later as well. Man, fuck.
Stay the fuck away from Shay.
Yes.
This person
Yeah.
is dangerous.
Why? Let me know why.
They
Yeah.
have done completely unspeakable things to a variety of members in their community and their own.
You're going to have to speak about it, please. I know you're just saying it as a fucking way of you describing it as heinous, but can you get to the point, please? I've been through like 5 videos.
Fan base, including me. So in chat, I'm going to pin 2 Google Doc links, and if you want to know more information, you
It's in
can.
the description.
I could also. I'm gonna put it in the description as well. I forgot about that. But I'm going to pin 2 Google Docs in chat, and I'm going to pin 2 Google Docs in the description.
Right.
For you to read. One of them is from me, and the other one is from a bunch
The
of
original
victims
one. Yeah, I've got them
from the
pulled up
Undertale
already.
community.
Okay.
Mainly from Shay's fan base. The days leading up... Actually, before I speak on that, let me get those Google Docs for you. And link to the tweet. Put do that.
Please start talking about the topic at hand, please.
Spoke out about any of their behavior until now because victims have come forward. For those that are just now coming in, Shay is an active danger to the Undertale community, and so we have released Google documents to talk about how much of a threat they are.
This is why you never fucking raw dog anything. This is why you don't create something about a serious topic, creating a situation, and then you don't just fucking half-ass it like this. I'm going to lose my fucking mind, man.
I understand a lot of you were fans of Shay,
Oh, he's still fucking talking about it! He hasn't even gone past the introduction yet. Ah. We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. Butters, are you one of the Kirkinators?
I understand a
Have you been poisoned as well by the Charlie Kirk AI trends?
lot of you were in their community.
Motherfucker, please. You what?
When I met Shay
What did he do?
and I looked into their community a bit,
Yes. What?
around that time I was frequently streaming on Twitch
Okay, and?
to around like 50ish viewers. It's like
Congratulations.
my Twitch account, so I
Fine.
don't have like hundreds of people watching me.
Fine, whatever.
Thank you for a membership.
I can't fucking... Please, man.
So again, the reason I am doing this stream is to warn my community, because we
Yes.
have a little bit of an overlapping community. We've done tons of collabs together. And I also help them on all videos with Shay in them.
You recognize that he's still... Whoever this is... Sybil's, GD, you still have not explained why you believe Shay to be a danger to people online, especially within Undertale Deltarune communities or whatnot. Can you haven't... Either I've accidentally skipped it, because he only talks about it for like 30 seconds, or you're never going to get around to it.
Thank you both for the tomb. In the talks of starting a podcast with me, Shay, and Mystic, called the Fun Gang podcast, but I mean, yeah.
You remember, yeah.
Right then. So, I'm not sure if this video is going to be useful to us, like, at all. Like, I've been looking, and I just had a peek, and I think it's better if I just look at the documents at this point. Ah, fucking hell, man. These videos are just terrible.
They don't need that, because
Yeah, they have plenty of money.
They have plenty of money.
Ah, god motherfucking damn. Alright, come on. Come on, big guy. Have you said anything? Do you have anything that I can read off of? Account not found. Motherfucker. Your Twitter. These posts are protected. Okay, so you fucked off with your Blue Sky, and you've also fucked off with your Twitter. That's not useful, and there's nothing on your posts right now. I wonder what people have been saying underneath here.
You've probably been told at some point.
Yep. I can't be attracted to adults. I'm an Undertale fan. God motherfucking damn. Ah, fuck. Okay, so we've got nothing to work with. All of the videos are just warnings. They are essentially like slightly longer PSAs, and they're all kind of crap. Let me see. So the first document is this one. Let me see if I can get the crop right, so... Deltarune comment section trying to be funny. Ah, fucking hell. It's never really going to work out very well, is it? Alright, let me see if I can't do this. Sorry about the flashbang. Let's see. Ah, motherfucker. Alright, let's see. We can't get anything here. So this is the first document. This is the first one. It's only 15. Well, I say it's only 15, but relatively it is small. It's only 15 pages long. And it starts with trigger warning, sexual content, and parasocial behavior. Right. At the time I'm writing this, the full details have not been released yet. I don't know everything. I've spoken to some victims and members of the mod team, and I understand the gist of what's going to be released. But in terms of the exact information, I have no idea. This Google document is meant to relay all my own personal experiences with Shay. Alright, for the longest time I wanted to say something. However, Shay's community is so much bigger than mine, and their influence among the blah blah blah, so yeah, your brother is scared. Because of his reputation, I felt if any man I would lose my job and face an insane amount of backlash. Now that there have been more victims coming forward, I believe I feel far more secure in coming out with this. Whilst most people assume that the stuff we talked about was strictly business or content creation related, this is not the case. While we do talk about that stuff, me and Shay have had several explicit conversations, including but not limited to flirting and sexual stuff. Before me and my girlfriend started dating officially, Shay was already flirting with them. This was mainly just a typical queer-coded... What? A queer-coded type of flirting where they could be like... What the fuck? I feel like in the queer community. Imagine my shock. These kinds of compliments are very common, so it wasn't really anything out of the ordinary. Unfortunately, as time had progressed on, Shay got more and more sexual towards me and my GF, to the point where we couldn't get any other conversation with them without it turning into something sexual. I wanted to explain all of this in full in this document. This document will be separated, blah blah blah, my friendship dynamic stuff. Well, we do talk about it. We have gay flirting, whatever, as in calling each other blah blah blah. It's just, yeah, typical groomer, but well, whatever, I don't give a shit, this is fucking rubbish. Let me see, I think this is the kind of flirting that is frequently represented in gay communities, spoken with, blah, 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 fuck off. I changed my server, I don't care, right. Nice server icon, so this is Shay, thanks. They gave you a set for sure. So this is nothing. It was one joke, they say, but it wouldn't be the first time. It's not the first time they had been interested. They said that my model had. He's commenting about the thing that was drawn for you. What? What was it? Was looking into someone potentially... What is this? AI arting your model and passing it off as a drawing. And a friend brought it up to me, and you can tell... Blah, blah, blah. Completely unrelated, but I cannot believe I still sometimes get people who are like this when I mention on streams. Also, your model, blah, blah, blah. We had conversations around... Okay, whatever, man. This is genuinely the only times where I felt like I was having an actual conversation with them. What did our conversations look like without sexual stuff involved? Here's some examples. That's it? No response. Asking... Blah, blah, blah. I was asking for feedback on my voice when I was in voice training lessons, no response. Why the flushed emoji here? No response. No response. Anytime I try to have any sort of normal conversation, anytime I wanted to get to know them better or talk about anything, they wouldn't respond or give me barely anything to converse about. It got to a point where the only times where we actually talked was during sexual interactions. Shorts situation. What the fuck? So you might be interacting with someone who might be a bit of a pest, that leads to you, but is there anything a little bit more substantial, or is there's nothing here to bite on? My YouTube Shorts editor and girlfriend, Zaywire, referred to as Ava, have been looking for work outside from me for a bit now. She had been already friends with Shay, which had led her to believe that Shay would be a good option to pick up for more work. Her and I have been trying to get a house together for a while, blah, blah, blah. After contacting Shay about making YouTube Shorts, they said yes. Everything was looking good, and the YouTube Shorts were discussed. And the YouTube Shorts that were discussed to start uploading on July 1st this year. Alright, so I've read that a little bit wrong, that's my bad. In order to create YouTube Shorts, however, Ava needed a bunch of stuff from Shay. She needed the scripts, blah, 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 and so the information she needed to complete, blah, blah, blah. And so Shay wouldn't give her any material, which caused massive amounts of anxiety between both me and Ava of meeting the upload start date of July 1st. Ava begged Shay for weeks to get the material she needed. She would sometimes get no response or very vague ones, which led me to have an idea. Damn. I often notice that Shay often responds very frequently to sexual-related messages, just based on stuff I've heard from Ava and my own experiences. Neither of us knew how long it would take for Shay to finally get the shit Ava needed, and there was barely any communication between them or her. So I had the idea of offering a picture. This is bribery? What? My thought process was, okay, they're really active and actually talk to me when we're being sexual. If I offer a picture, I wonder if they'll actually give Ava what she needs to make her shorts. Honestly, I didn't expect them to take this offer seriously. What the fuck? I'm stun locked. What? When I sent this message to them, I believed that they would take it as a joke. They didn't. Sending a picture to Shay caused them to finally get the material that Ava needed to start working on the shorts. What? And I need to be... what? I'm going to start doing these. I need to get into a groove. I think for now something super easy to start would be converting blah 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 Woody videos. You scared the fucking shit out of me. I probably should have, what would you say? Fuck, it's blurred at least, but I should have, probably had a little bit of a harder look before I started fucking broadcasting this shit. Because I was about to say, it's like, what do you mean? Do you mean like I was about to ask, like, you need to be more specific. You mean like a picture of this thing or like an actual nude? It looks like to me that this fucking retard bribed Shay to edit for their partner. No. What the fuck? So the carrot on the stick that was needed for Shay, apparently to get off his lazy ass, to send your partner the material that he needed for editing purposes, to make shorts, is a nude. It looks like what the fuck? Why did I offer? Because we tried everything, and it was absolutely clear based on their past interactions with Ava and me that when I presented, we can actually have a conversation. It was requested by Ava to not provide the screenshots as to what her past flirting interactions were with them. What? I am beyond disturbed. Wait a minute, what? So it's not even... What the I'm gonna have to look at the other document. This one fucking... So both of them get annoyed at Shay because he's being a bit of a lazy ass. And he's a little bit of a weirdo. Right. But then the way that confrontation about tardiness is dealt with is by you approaching Shay and offering a nude. What the fuck? If anything, this just proves how retarded you fucking are. Wait, what? All right. So Shay's lazy, at least just from this document. Do you say anything else substantial? When I offered, he got the materials. There was still content and questions that she needed in order. This was meant to be a long-term thing, and we needed to complete an active communication, but Shay is just not giving it to us. The information, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so he would turn it to be sexual instead. Shay says, I usually have to bump myself up like +10. Hello, have any time working on stuff. Okay. Let me know what you think, blah blah blah. Have any time being the sexual flirting. In this screenshot, you'll notice that this is only a couple of hours after work-related stuff she needed was given to her. Immediately after, they were requesting sexual stuff from her while they were talking about things work-related. Ava started venting to me about everything that was going on. Well, I'm not sure yet. This doesn't provide enough context yet, unless you're going to type more. Hey, I have something important to tell you. It's bothering me a bit about Ava. She's really upset that you didn't ask her to edit the short that you put on today, blah, blah, blah. So she said, with your lack of professionalism, the constant flirting with them, she really wanted to talk to you about work-related stuff. I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but generally she's been stressed over work and blah, 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 blah. You've been acting like editing shorts are easy, blah, blah, blah. It's on. Can you give a bit more respect? Sorry if this came off as rude. Noted. Gonna be super honest, I feel like this is like the third time you've had to say this about something. It's a bit rude, important stuff in there for sure, but like, it was unnecessary to say. Anyways, I have talked to her about everything. Is this that? Shay cannot take criticism. Shay has a really hard time accepting criticism or being accused of anything. I could never say no to them because they would get upset and blah blah blah, so whatever, he's a bit of a fucking retard. They told me to delete my tweet. Could you delete that tweet? I already feel really bad about how annoying that meme has gotten. Right, okay. Are we gonna get into anything a little bit more substantial, please? It's just fucking weird, like... It's just bickering is what it is, right? And apart from the fucking weird nude that you used essentially as a cookie, and that you actually went along with after you offered it. So the only thing that apparently Shay did wrong in that interaction was that he said yes. What the fuck? After sending the nude, I got invited to their lewd account on Twitter. This was on my request because I wanted to see what they were saying to my girlfriend. When I got invited, I went through their follower list and I saw so many of my fans from my own community following it. This lewd account had uncensored pictures of their nudes, among other things. I was so creeped out because the people following it were members from our communities that would frequent mine and their chat, especially because I've tried my absolute hardest to make sure that my community does not know about my personal life. It screamed parasocial to me. They were inviting people from their fan base to their personal lewd account that contained a massive amount of explicit pictures of themselves. The lewd account has since been deactivated. I think there's a little bit more to worry about there. A little bit more to worry about than just parasociality. I would very much emphasize the risk of what would you say? If it's supposed to be an 18+ nudes account on Twitter, I would be very concerned about the vulnerability of what would you say? Confirming or allowing accounts to follow it that belong to minors. I would be very, very fucking worried about that. And I think that would be... I don't know why that's not mentioned here. Why isn't the fucking mention of the concern of minors potentially following that account a thing? Right, us flirting. Because so that's just glossed over with no fucking... Alright, just no thought about it at all. Once I sent the nudes to them, Shay also got more and more open with flirting. I expressed that I was comfortable with it, because I was scared of their reaction if I said no. So it kept continuing. Most of my time flirting with them, it would just be barking with Shay trying to fluster me. I chose barking instead of giving any proper response because I didn't want to flirt in the first place, but I was so incredibly scared of just saying no, so I wanted to strike a middle ground, just enough to not hurt their feelings. Do I need to fucking zoom into this? I can't fucking read this for the life of me. What are your limits? I enjoy being hypnotized and mind-drained and forced to be an obedient, pathetic little thing who goes around kneeling at the ground beneath my owner every day just for a shred of attention. Who knows? It's a 50-50. It either happens or it does. What the fuck am I reading? You can see the intimidate. This is fucking retarded beyond belief. You're reciprocating. You're reciprocating the tone. You're like, what the fuck? And it's an online interaction as well. It's not like he's gonna fucking reach through the screen and kill you. Like, you can just say, fuck off. Am I going crazy? So you are in... What the fuck? So you didn't want this to happen, but out of fear you reciprocated anyway, even though it's an online interaction. And you could just tell this guy to fuck off. Right? What the fuck? Tried switching it around so that I would go along with theirs, for their fetish, instead of them just flirting with me. Basically wanted to make our flirting more than just me barking at anything they would give me. What the fuck? I mean, maybe I enjoy blah blah blah, so this is a response to that. You like the maid dress. You are full on reciprocating, what? So when Shay told me that this was the fetish, I wanted to take action on it. I tried my absolute hardest to put them off without directly saying no. You can tell the screenshot was how I'm not interested in this, but Shay kept doubling down. Eventually they asked if I was having fun. This is perfectly okay to do normally, but the problem is how they asked this. Having fun, maybe. You literally answer yes. How the fuck is he supposed to know that you didn't like this if you literally answer yes? Did you or did you not tell him to fuck off? I was so uncomfortable with what was happening at this point. I didn't say yes initially. I was scared to say no, so I said maybe. Then he sent the hypnotism gif. He hit me with the hypnotism gif and then felt forced to say yes. The hypnotism worked. Holy fuck, the hypnotism worked. Shay is too powerful. This is not how you ask for your consent, and it only made me more intimidated to say no. Most of my time flirting with them was just me barking because I didn't want to say no. I didn't want to hear their feelings. So I did it about as halfway or half-assed as I could, giving them just enough to not hurt their feelings of me saying I'm uncomfortable. That means so much. I didn't think I could come to anyone about this ever. I don't know, yo, we're friends, and Shay is just a massive problem with handling criticism or accusations. So you talked about it to his fucking mod? While the mod team released their initial response, the Willie J post. This is the original one, I believe, yeah. This is going to be covered, right? So is this the end of the document? Please tell me it is. This fucking thing sucks. I have no idea if this is going to be covered in the information that will be released to the public. So I'm going to write it down here. So why is blah, blah, blah. When the accusations were first relayed to Shay, Shay had an absolute terrible reaction to everything. They deleted the owner role from their own server and went dark. So just edgy shit and left from the speedrunning community. This naturally raised a lot of questions because of this shit reaction from Shay. Willie J's post was an attempt at damage control from Shay's reaction. However, they needed more time to release the information to the public, especially because more and more details were still being released. At the time of Shay's reaction, the team needed more time to release info, blah, blah, blah. Alright. So, it was simply them trying to take, blah, blah, blah. They wouldn't have had to make the post if he didn't have the reaction that he did. What, just turning his profile picture black? Conclusion. I think a lot of people had it worse than me at the end of the day, just judging based off of everything. I'm so incredibly sorry to anyone that has been affected by this, and once this information is finally released, I'd imagine that more victims are going to come forward. This was a massive situation. Shay had DMs open, blah, blah, blah. If you have any experiences like this with Shay, there's a mountain of people that are willing to support you. You are not alone. This document is fucking shit. This document is fucking shit. Alright, whatever. I'm not fucking impressed. Back to distraction cast. I'm gonna have to check the other one. Alright, let's see if this is going to work. Holy hell, this is quite a lot. You can't see it because I've cropped it out, but fucking hell, have you seen the amount of fucking subcategories that are in this fucking document? Have you seen the amount of subcategories? Look at this. Look at this. You think that's everything? You think that's everything? Oh. And it goes down all the way to Anon 11. Holy fuck. Hello, Toaster. We're looking at rape documents. We're looking at the Shay stuff. We're looking at the Shay stuff. I've come for the Co0lio Reactio. Bro, you have timed it. You couldn't have timed it better, man. You couldn't have fucking timed it better. Because the other document that we were looking at, this one from, what would you say? I can't even pronounce it. From this one, Civils or Cybils or whatever. This document fucking sucked. This document fucking sucked. It just said nothing. Nothing. Like, nothing at all. Doesn't tell me why Shay's a danger to the community. This document is a fucking waste of 15 fucking pages. Ah, fuck, I hate this shit so much. Right. So this is the big document. This is the big one. This one comes from this post right here from Willie J. So I've already done this one from this guy. Right. Holy fuck. Preface, we, a collective group of Shay's victims and former friends, accuse Shay of actions including, but not limited to, sexual assault, sexual harassment, grooming, orbiting fans until they're of legal age, sexual coercion, and abuse. We are releasing this document because we feel that Shay's actions pose a present and extreme safety risk to the community, such that people need to be aware to protect themselves. In this document, you will find a collection of our stories, statements, and supporting evidence to these accusations. Shay themselves has already admitted to the actions detailed in the testimonies from Anon 1, Azuraith, Anon 3, and Willie J. to the victims themselves in private. This document contains testimonies and events, blah blah blah, as important and traumatic events. While we recognize the importance of timelines and have done our best to compile this document quickly, we have chosen to prioritize the safety of the... Good choice. Frankly, even the sheer amount of corroborating accounts that were shared with us over the past few days made it impossible to release a statement that would be and remain sufficiently comprehensive any sooner. Alright, so blah blah blah. We are not a professional PR firm. Good. We are a group of people who have been deeply hurt, taken advantage of, abused, and betrayed. We are people with private lives that now have to contend with sharing our negative experiences out to the public because of Shay's inappropriate patterns of behavior. And they've continued and worsened far beyond what constitutes just normal drama. We implore you to read this document in full and humbly ask for your patience and empathy as we bare our hearts to you. We ask that you do not attempt to contact nor harass anyone. Okay, good. Regarding its contents, anonymous, do not treat this document as an exhaustive list of all those affected. At minimum, we can confirm there are more victims that have spoken to us, but have chosen not to tell the story publicly at this time. So there's more. Please respect their privacy. All right, then. Additional context. Additional context is needed to understand the contents of this document. People who have chosen to publish the testimonies anonymously have had arbitrary names, colors, and numbers assigned. All right, good. Many of these statements will mention a trusted or vent Discord channel that refers to the channels in Shay's own server, the Frog family. That only those with the idiot or moderator roles have access to. The role idiot was typically given to only close friends. It is important to know that much of this behavior described in this document has been brought to Shay's attention repeatedly as early as 2021, and as late as just a week ago. This document was created after multiple attempts to get them to change, but with no result. Even after those affected privately reached out to bring it to Shay's attention. Okay, so it was burned in pieces. This will be obvious based on the content share. Shay has had no parts in writing this document. Okay, good. So the first one here is from Star Smiley. Trigger warning, this document contains description of sexual assault. Right then. Hello, I'm Star Smiley, and for those who don't know, I've been Shay's partner for the last 5 to 6 years. I've been living with them since August 2025, and within the last week have moved back with my parents. Okay, I'm going to outline the experiences I've had during this relationship, starting with the most serious offense. Most of these interactions happened in real life when it was just the two of us. Okay, there is an important part of this relationship you need to understand before going into all of this. I identify as an asexual. I am not interested in doing anything sexual with anyone. Shay was aware of this and generally respected that throughout the relationship. I understood that they needed a sexual outlet and agreed that they could have sexual contact with others. This is what the fuck? I did not request that they tell me who it was with or when it happened. But we'll go into how it was handled. Well, this is just a fucked up type of relationship already. Why the fuck would you do this to yourself? I'm never going to understand this. Toast. Harass everyone mentioned in this document. God damn. You just read whatever they say and you just do the opposite. Okay. Okay. At the beginning of November 2025. Well, 3 weeks ago, Shay and I were lounging on our bed on the main bedroom. Alright, so you just sitting cuddling and suddenly they laid a hand on my crotch and started rubbing it without asking. This has never happened before and I froze. They did it for a minute or so before saying, so you really don't feel anything, that's crazy, before laughing and pulling away. I did not give consent for them to do this, which makes it sexual assault, and I'm also asexual. And I felt this respected my identity, that they felt they had to test whether I was asexual or not. Alright, did you tell them that? Did you express, like, discomfort or anger at the time, or... Okay, so you didn't like it, at least we know that, but as I mentioned previously, I agreed that they could have sexual contact with others and did not specify that they had to tell me when it happened with or who it was with. I did not expect them to be having this behavior with nearly 20 people nearly constantly through the entire relationship. Furthermore, they have reassured others that they did in fact ask for my permission for those specific, which they did not. They were going off of the original agreement, which was years old at this point. These people were led to believe Shay was telling me about this when it first happened, and they have said they would not have participated if they knew I didn't know. This is just fucked. They would also intentionally invite people over while I was away from the house for the purpose of acting sexually with them. Again, not tell me what happened while I was away. I want to know that when I left the house with Shay to go back to my parents, I did so in secret. I was afraid that we would try to prevent me from leaving. They later blah blah blah. Okay. If you did it for safety concerns, then yeah, fine, that's reasonable. Let me see. The last bit of this section is that we actually broke up briefly in 2021. Well, like a break. They were flirting with two of my friends, and as good friends, they came to me and told me Shay promptly broke up with me and got with another person, which lasted for a few months, before coming back and saying they wanted to try a relationship again. That's kind of on you for saying, yeah. The rest of this document is relatively minor in comparison to these instances, but I believe it was important to share to highlight the entirety of our relationship. So they made about 250 grand per year. I only made about 38. Despite this, they would routinely ask me to foot the bill for our GDQ trips. This was about 1,500 for the hotel for the week, only once or twice that they ever split the bill with me for the first 5 years, or past 5 years. What the fuck? Alright, whatever. So it's a bit of a fucking lazy bastard, whatever. Okay. Another important aspect of a relationship is that I am severely depressed and struggle with suicidal thoughts. I would often vent on my alt account about these thoughts. Shay usually never reached out to me regarding these instances privately, and rarely commented on these posts. I don't know if they just didn't see them or were actively avoiding addressing them. You may ask why I didn't vent to him directly, but as part of my depression, I struggled with reaching out to people one-on-one about these issues. Not wanting to feel like a burden, this lack of care did not help. This is just weird. You can disregard this paragraph. I don't really care. Alright, so during GDQs, we would also rarely see each other except when we slept. We'd occasionally hang out and have meals together, but it wasn't common. Something noteworthy is that while we were hanging out alone, they would often suddenly go, I'm going to hang out with someone else, see you later, without inviting me. I'd understand if I didn't know the person, but this was usually with mutual friend groups. I asked them an hour later if I can join them. There were times I'd go to sleep not knowing where they were or who they were with. As for our living situation, issues arose almost immediately. I quickly became the person who had to do everything around the house, blah, 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 and general cleaning. The only thing was vacuuming, which they only vacuumed or whatever. During the times we ate together, we usually didn't talk. They were too busy on their phone. I chalked it up to being an extremely busy person, but considering how often they were interacting sexually with people, the chances are higher that they were doing that instead. I should note that they seem to have a severe social media addiction. They were constantly on their phone or computer. I remember a few instances of them asking about eating, and then they'd stay glued to their phone for 2 hours. I'd remind them a few times about getting food, just get to, yeah, 1 second, and another half an hour of doom scrolling. After we ate, they generally went to their office, which is probably his fucking room, even if they were not streaming that day, until 2 a.m. They would come to bed and generally immediately get on their laptop to continue scrolling before going to sleep. It's very rare that we actually interacted with each other throughout the day. Another minor thing I want to note is that they left their trash laying around, and he's disgusting! There would be up to 10 empty cans of soda sitting on the counter along with boxes of empty soda containers. I cleaned it up myself since it bothered me. That's your first problem. Right there. You turned yourself into a maid. And they would also tend to leave glasses and silverware sitting around despite us having a dishwasher. The glasses would be covering the counter and the sink. When I would go away and come back after a few days, there was usually silverware with crusted food sitting on the sink. I had to be the one to put it in the dishwasher, blah, blah, blah. So, the last thing I wanted to mention is related to finance. I have a 2011 Sentra and they had a 3-year-old Camaro. Despite this, they traded in a Camaro and spent 100k on a Corvette. I recently got into an accident and busted the front of my car. They stated that they wanted to wait on me getting a new car since they just bought the Corvette. This is nearly half the salary gone then. On top of this, it appears that they were regularly helping our friends out financially, as flying them to GDQ, helping with groceries. Well, I'm glad that they did. It's notable that they usually did not offer to help me in any way with my finances, especially in the case of the car, which had obvious damage and was potentially a danger to drive. It shows a consistent pattern of behavior that routinely disrespects and invalidates me. I thought some of this behavior as endearing through rose-tinted glasses, but putting all of this together and hearing about the experiences of my friends, I can no longer turn a blind eye to the fact that they did not seem to care about me in the same way that I did about them. I wanted to know that I do not blame any of my friends for participating in what was essentially to them cheating on me. They had no idea I didn't know what was going on, assuming or being reassured that I knew and or approved of it. I will admit, because of this and the previous breakup, I had a strong fear that they would leave me. I loved them dearly and I didn't know what they could do. I lived with them after all, blah, 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 blah. It's complicated. I do hope Shay is able to take a step back from everything and improve their behaviors, how they view the people around them. But part of me still loves them, however, there are clear bounds of behavior that I understand. What? What? What if Shay is not the rapist? Got literally the least rapey form of SA and somehow got hurt by it. The thing is that I'm confused about is like the only thing that I really care about, funnily enough, Toast, is the inappropriate touching. That's the only thing that's like that's the strongest point in this entire fucking testimony. Everything else is like, yeah, whatever. Shay's a retard, he's belligerent, he's lazy, he's sleepy, he's a whore, you know, whatever, but it's like he turned me into a maid or what, even though it's not that he did that, or at least you did. What the fuck? It's like you put up with a shit situation. Why would you fucking willingly do that to yourself? The only thing that you got is this. As I mentioned previously, they could have sexual contact with others. So, but you didn't expect them to go with 20 people. And that's what you fucking what? All right, so okay, so this fucking whatever. I didn't give them consent for them to do this, which makes it assault. Also sexual, so I felt disrespected. So they groped you. So Shay groped you. I was expecting something worse. I guess you could call it sexual assault, sure, but I need more to go off of this. I need more to go off of this. Like, did when this occur, did you tell him that you didn't fucking like it? It wasn't okay. Like, don't fucking do that type thing. And what was the response to that? Like, I need more to go off of this. Everything else, I don't fucking give a shit about, right? Like, that's the strongest part of the document. Right. Alright. It's the lamest form. He wasn't even. He just did something inappropriate. But like Shay wasn't even feeling anything. It's only SA because of a technicality. I guess so, yeah. I just need more. Yeah, sure, like, I guess what this person was expecting was that when they told Shay that they were asexual, that this was supposed to be a given, right? Like, it should have been by default, like, it should have always been in his head that this was never supposed to be a good idea, right? But you know this guy's just a fucking pest, right? So nearly 20 people. He's clearly a fucking pest. Oh my fucking... So, but what was your response to this? And then he pulled away. Right. So you say you froze. Did you not talk to him afterwards saying that this wasn't good? And that you were asexual and this was never agreed upon? Nothing? Nothing? And then they explain about this thing which is like this Schrodinger's cheating, even though this was an agreement that you had. I understood that they needed, and you agreed that they could have sexual contact with others. Yeah, so what? This is just fucking retarded. I just don't understand. Like, the thing is with this is like, yes, you have, okay, at most I will give you this point. You have this point, all right. Touched you inappropriately. There was no given or expressed enthusiastic consent. Fine, right. But I need more information on this. What did you do afterwards? Like, and what did you say and how did Shay respond? I feel like that's very important. Because this almost looks like a fucking, like, it's like nothing happened. It's like a fire in the fucking wind. Right, so no enthusiastic consent. Fine. But there needs to be more. There needs to be some sort of account of like some sort of confrontation here, right? It can't just be this. It's wrong, but she should have just told him to say sorry and forgive his ass. Sure, he's annoying, a bad person, and lazy. He's not a rapist just because he touched some chigger inappropriately, specifically someone he is close with, and he assumed she'd be okay with it. Right, it's a bit difficult, this one. Everything else I don't care. It's yeah, okay, he's a lazy belligerent and he's a whore, but this is like, I feel like you need more to go off of this. The thing is, the only way that you accept this 100% is that you expect that Shay, you essentially respond with, well, Shay should have known better, right? Shay should have known better because of this factor here. That they felt they had to test whether I was sexual or not, right? Groped you inappropriately without enthusiastic consent. Fine, okay, a little bit of a scumbag move, but I would like more details on this, especially if there's the ability, because it's quite recent. If you have the ability to recall a certain confrontation about this, so like, what did you, like, this must have bothered you a lot. You can't have just sat there. Okay, so you did freeze up, but afterwards, you can't have just said nothing about it if this really fucking disturbed you that much. I'm just fucking confused, right? But okay, at least we do have groping without enthusiastic consent. Fine. So that's from Star Smiley. The next one comes from a person called Aspen. Right. Note that the times are in GMT because I put this doc together while on vacation in England. Go on, England. Right. This is 6 hours ahead of my usual time zone. This was rushed out because of how stressful it was trying to put this out together, all while the public on Twitter, Blue Sky Discord was speculating and harassing other victims in the interest of chasing the drama instead of respecting our safety and well-being. Fine, fair enough. I am Aspen. Whatever. I was friends with Shay for a few years starting in early 2022. Originally, we started talking in Twitter DMs, which have, for better or for worse, been lost to time because I deactivated my Twitter accounts a year or two ago at this point. Alright, to contextualize, right, my age throughout the rest of this document, I was born late November 2004, so I was a few months into being 17 at this point. Right. Yes, sir. Yeah, that would make sense. So he waves, hello. Okay, I use emotes, whatever, it doesn't matter. At this time, I was significantly less experienced with dealing with my anxiety and struggled with my mental health, and at the time, Shay was one of the people that I would talk to about these things. At this time, they were very willing to converse and support me, talking me through a breakdown and multiple different conversations. At times, I would give compliments, calling them cute primarily, but things in that vein. They reciprocated these thoughts in a way that was, in hindsight, not appropriate given my age, 17, and theirs 22 or 23. Okay, I need to now know, the important bit is, did they know? Did Shay know? Takes one to know one, you bitch. Hope you're having a good night. I'm also a very complimentary person, so prepare yourself. The real kicker of this conversation is when I was talking about worrying about not passing but wearing a dress. Oh my fucking word. Don't tell me they knew about you, right? Did I miss something? I was a few months into being 17. I would give compliments, they reciprocated. In hindsight, not appropriate given my age, and there's 22 to 20. But did Shay know? Did Shay know? So whatever. I can't pass an address. I think you passed just fine without anything special. Oh my fucking god. This is just fucking tranoid. This is full-on tranoid degeneracy. What else was that supposed to be referring to? I was thinking about my shoulders. Later in the same, they commented on my NFTs. Stands for nice fucking tits, and that I looked, and that my often then partner is VVV very, very, very lucky. What? I mean, I'm looking at that first photo you sent me, and nothing about you sent photos to this guy. What the fuck? Not sure how long you've been on hormone replacement therapy, but I mean, in my opinion, I think you already passed well. I don't know how anybody would look. You even got some NFTs, so that's what he's referring to. That's abbreviation right here. I think I can handle it. I mean, you look cute in this. Like I said, your partner is very, very, very lucky. Nothing direct here, but a couple of instances of being a bit too concerned about being cancelled in a way that seems to foreshadow something. If I made that joke, is my platform big enough to get cancelled for queer baiting? Or do I have to get 1 million subs first? Don't compliment me anything but that. Haha, I feed off compliments lately, honestly. It makes me very confident in myself, but it's okay. I will use my power responsibly. What the fuck? Additionally, very clear early on that they were willing to objectify their friends and fans so far as to say they revel in their sims. Why would I deny it? I'm fucking hot. You say so true. What do you think I have so many sims? Charisma, sure. Not that I have having sims. So irrelevant. So is it what is okay? Shay, attention whore. 100% attention whore. On June 26, 2022, during SGDQ, which we were both attending, they sent a suggestive image of them shirtless. To the best of my ability to discern the context, this was while we were sitting on a bed next to each other in the same room in real life. But regardless of context, weird thing to send to a 17-year-old. Imagine not attached for privacy reasons and for your sake reading this. Well, there is no context to this being sent. It was in the middle of a series of what the fuck? As I approached, they started complimenting me and calling me blah, 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 Snapchat. Unfortunately, I can't know what it is. After I turned, their demeanor toward me immediately changed to be significantly more flirtatious. They accepted my advancement to talking about kissing platonically, but more importantly, what the fuck? I'm only recently exploring platonic affection, so I think I'll just stick to getting head pats. What the fuck? Screenshot dated November 18th. I mentioned it a bit in the Discord, but while I have given general permission to do stuff with others, they know. After I turned, I'm not here. They're starting here late 2023 until around October 2025. They only reached out. On one occasion, while they were talking to me to come lay in their lap, and given my exhaustion at the time, I said I would probably fall asleep. They made a comment about hoping I don't do anything silly while I slept. Come here. I'm gonna fall asleep. Just a heads up. Okay, don't do anything silly while you're asleep. What the fuck? Established I was feeling sex repulse, and that's why I was deflecting their advances, and again expressed a word for Star's boundaries, to which they... So Star is the other one. Aspen says, that is... What is it? I'm sorry, I'm like vaguely ace-leaning at the moment. I don't know what your boundaries are. You're a close friend, so I'd be okay for that stuff from you, but yeah, I mean, if you're ace, then whatever you're comfortable with. I appreciate you getting things. I was very clear now, communications are... How I express... So, okay. From what I've discerned, Shay 100% must have known about your age, right? 100%. Wait, what? 100%? Like, there's no fucking way this document makes sense with how you're wording it, but this guy didn't know how old you were, right? If there is a clear discernment in attitude between when you were 17 and then when you turned 18, Shay must have known your age. I don't know why you didn't say that outright before. Okay, I'm going to assume that Shay must have known your age, because otherwise this doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay. It was very clear how important communications about things like this was for me. What the fuck? Like, this toast, this is just fucking, like, weird beyond belief. Like, I don't know what... That age thing is a very, 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 very fucking important, right? You should have specified very clearly in a sentence that Shay knew that you were underage at certain points in time, right? But I don't know why you worded it so weirdly here. It's like, oh, they only changed their attitudes once I turned 18. Blah, 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 but... Right, like, as I approached... I don't have, but these are all I was approaching 18. Right, but the thing that weirds me most as well, to the best of my abilities to discern the context, this was while we were sitting on a bed next to each other. So you met this motherfucker as well? So he must have known. He must have known. Yeah, no, 100% he must have known. When I expressed... Oh, my fucking word. When I expressed discomfort, like... Yeah, no. Oh, fucking... When I expressed discomfort that they were posting suggested nude images untagged on their private Twitter account, they responded worried about the reach of their post. Again, on a private account, and rather suggested they move me from the circle. I was clear that I used my private Twitter to follow my blah 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 blah. As far as the outlier. They split pushed out and I should just be removed. Well, a secret account. You gotta censor your Twitter posts. I am in class. Why the fuck are you checking your private Twitter in class? Censoring posts kills engagement. I don't like doing it. I was gonna reply. I feel like I said this is kind of annoying. If you don't want to follow that, I can remove you from the circle. But like, if it's something you really ask for on that account, I feel like it's strange to complain about checking something you know is suggestive for someone in a public space. I mean, it's also just the account that I use to see my friends' posts. Those posts are like by Follow the Outlier, and sometimes I just want to see my friends' posts without getting nude jump scared. Do you want to follow on that account or not then? I mean, that account also just has a regular post. I don't want to see, I don't want to change that. I mean, this circle. There are no regular posts. All the regular posts are just regular posts. What the fuck? Can't you just use a setting on Twitter that blocks all the fucked up images? I guess it doesn't work all the time, but still, I have my main and my private. But this was what I was referring to before, right? The worry that a minor could be following this guy's private Twitter account, which is just full of fucking nudes. And how long were you following it for? This is in 2023, so you were of age then, I believe. Must have been about 19, or nearly 19. But still, what the fuck? Kind of annoyed. Good luck on the rest of your classes. Not like you need to worry. Sorry, wanted to understand your perspective. It's annoyingly condescending. In this conversation, they were making more advances than I was comfortable with, and I tried diverting the conversation and diffusing it, but they kept pushing their sexual fantasies on me in the moment. A decent portion of our conversations during this time, 23 to 25, were somewhat similar to this, with me eventually giving into their pressure. I will not continue posting more screenshots of conversations like this, but there's a couple thousand messages over dozens of conversations. This is in 2024. I want to cuddle for at some point. Comfy bed, 100%. Cuddles after this, yeah. Use your words. I want to cuddle. Anything else? Mainly cuddle. Then play something else. What the fuck? At SGDQ 2024, they were interested in hanging out with me. With many DMs like the ones below, wanting to hang out. We cuddled while there were a number of people in the room, including but not limited to Star being in the bed at the same time. Given the context of what happened in this situation when I was alone with Shay the next year, I wholeheartedly believe their presence saved me from being assaulted here. Right. Why did you leave the big stuff for last? You fucking dickhead. A gamer, when do you want to get in here? Oh, heads up, blah, blah, blah. So this is about hanging out. We did the same later today. Are you busy? No, it's not an invitation. I'll head up then. They didn't talk to me. In the conversation, I explicitly told them that I wasn't horny and they still tried to make an advancement. I'm not in a horny mood right now. Alright. Bonk. For the main event, SGDQ 2025, they seemed excited to see me. In anticipation, I was excited to see them. They continued to try to get me to hang out. All I was unaware, it would be 1-to-1. I assumed that friends, or at least Star, would be around in the room. What I did not know at the time is that they did this purely with the intent of having sex with me. Alright, excited to see you, blah, blah, blah. Just woke up. Alright, so this is them meeting up. Back. Alright. When they went into the room under the pretense of hanging out, they sexually assaulted me. Alright, they made advancements and pushed me to do things I was not comfortable with, but I did not feel safe saying no, given the context, the power they had over me, and the fact that I was alone with them. At the time, I was vulnerable, given unrelated things in my personal life, and it led me to not realize what had happened until I looked back on it a few days later. For the rest of the event, they barely responded to me. I sent around a dozen messages, and they gave one single :3 and an LOL, ignoring almost everything I said to them, all the while acting like nothing. So, okay, what happened specifically when you met up with him? So you said he sexually assaulted you, right? So you didn't say no. You said you didn't feel safe saying no, but was there still signs of resistance? Is what I'm looking for. Resistance is what I'm looking for. The next time they messaged me, this was up to I tried deflecting. They were insistent. That was nice. :3, how are you? Also, I never got this pain. Doing okay. I'm chilling before I hit England. I hope this was fun for you. Congrats. Thanks. Big weight off. I was uncomfortable around them at the time, and I left it saying I wasn't interested and I was feeling sex repulsed. Okay. I'm not interested. What do you mean? Just by general? Right now, a bit of both. I'm not interested. Okay. Later in that conversation, they tried prompting me about AGDQ. Nope, can't afford it. Around this time, we started having actual conversations occasionally, which I can only suspect each other about my experience. Okay. After I shared my part of the story with other relevant people, I hoped at the time this was them to make an effort to make good on their mistakes and be a better friend. Hey, you want to be a better friend? Can you please not rape me, please? Okay. My fucking word. Hey, sorry, I've been awkward and not responding. I've been struggling a lot with things and haven't known how to handle it. To put it bluntly, reflecting ever since GDQ, I felt incredibly hurt and used by you over the past couple of years. I began feeling this way at GDQ. Upon reading back through our DMs, it was very clear you only ever talked to me in more than a couple of very dry messages when you wanted to use me for sex. Reflecting on GDQ this year and last made it very clear you talked to me when you wanted to cuddle or have sex, but ghosted me for the rest of the time. It's made me feel terrible, blah, blah, blah. What about the assault? Thank you for being honest. I want to apologize and also validate what you're feeling, because I started to feel the same way and it made me feel incredibly icky. The truth of the matter is I enjoy talking to you and enjoy hanging out with you. I never intended to ghost you or do anything of the sort. I just really struggled to keep up with the amount of social things happening about us. So nothing. I do care about our friendship. I promise I did, blah, blah. I'm sorry about how I made you feel. Blah, 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 blah. Dangerous outcome of having a friendship like that. The bottom line is I care about you and I want to hang out more. I promise we'll do better. What about the assault? What about assault? Can we try again now? Few conversations. Shave, you're reading this, and I sure hope you are. You repeatedly pushed me to my limits, and you broke me down into nothing while I trusted you and forgave you over and over. Time and time again, you took my endless kindness and used it to take advantage of me and my friends. You and your actions are deplorable, and I hope you never show your face around here. So here's the edgy part of the document. Right, can you elaborate? Can you elaborate on this, please? I can't deal with this shit. These victims are so annoying. Shay is a rapist, but still fucking annoying. I did not come to feel so to say this. Was that consent? Judge with a brain moment? Right. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. No. So I didn't say... what the fuck? They sexually assaulted me. So right. They sexually assaulted me. They made advancements and pushed me to do things I was not comfortable with, but I did not feel safe saying no, given the context. The power they had over me and the fact I was alone with them at the time. Allow me to realize now. That's it. That's the only paragraph here. I'm fucking... What? That's the only paragraph here. I'm doing alright. Didn't mention it. I was incredibly uncomfortable. No interested, blah, blah, blah. Can't afford it. But this, nothing here mentions this. Right. There's 2 points of Right, Toast, you're onto something. Right, like, alright, there is no mention of this Aspen fellow saying yes. All we know is that they didn't explicitly say no. But that's why I was looking for signs of resistance. I was looking for signs of resistance. At least this person would describe. If they didn't say no because they didn't feel safe, I'm looking for other signs. I am looking for other signs. There is nothing here. There's nothing here. I'm reading this like 5 million fucking times. So he assaulted you. Pushed you to do things you didn't like. But you didn't feel safe saying no. So what did you say at that point? Did you show signs of resistance? Did you say yes? What fucking happened? What am I supposed to work with here? What am I supposed to work with here? All it says is that he sexually assaulted me. That's it. That's it. This one sentence. I went up to his room, thought it was going to be something else, and then he assaulted me. Didn't say no. Didn't feel safe because you were alone. So that's it. The only thing we have here is just Aspen's word. But I need more fucking details. I need more fucking context. And there's no mention of it here. You just say that you weren't happy with the way that he was treating your friendship or your relationship. And then he fucking apologizes. But the thing, I don't give a shit about right, two important things here. Did he know your age when you were only 17 and when he was acting inappropriately with you? And what are the exact details here? It's not enough that I've only got the sentence, they sexually assaulted me. It's not enough. I didn't feel comfortable. But I need, did you show signs of resistance? I need something like this. You can't, because either you said nothing, or, like Toast mentioned, you haven't perhaps brought up the fact that you may have actually said yes. This isn't enough. And why, if it was sexual assault, why did you never bring it up again? You just complain about the relationship. This fucking document is written so fucking poorly. I need to know the most important part here. I'm assuming so because otherwise the way that the document is written, it wouldn't really make a lot of sense. But I need a sentence that says he knew that you were underage when he was an adult, okay? And he was acting inappropriately with you. That's very important, right? And then this part here about the assault, we need a little bit more details with, okay? This needs to have been elaborated on by at least another paragraph. Aspirin ruined my day. This bitch will haunt my dreams. Now there won't be new Shay content for me to watch. Ah, fuck me. I'm gonna look at one more. Right. Right, I'll leave anonymous for later. I want to see Azuraith. Azuraith's statement. I'm writing this today to clear up some things. To do what you will with this, feel free to contact me. Audrey, aka Azuraith. November 9th, 2025. I've known Shay for a long time, joining his community in 2021, eventually becoming closer to them around 2023. The relevant story here starts in June 2024. Blah, blah, blah. I kept pussyfooting around it. So, messy breakup. At this point, I was reeling from a messy breakup with a partner whom I've advised who was abusive to me. They were harassing me, blah, blah, blah. From the breakup on, Shay was continuously flirty with me. In one of our first conversations, I expressed that I was okay with it, as long as it was kept platonic, and specifically Shay doesn't get risque, blah, blah, blah. So affirmation next. So, after GDQ, tell me that, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, an inappropriate comment, whatever. They were okay with sexual activities. I responded with disinterest, discomfort. Okay, right. I responded with disinterest, discomfort. Good, right. And I also expressed my dislike for being called hot at the time. Right. Right, that's important. From then on, nearly every DM exchange with them would contain something flirtatious. Although it was nearly universally initiated by them, I would come to grow used to their expectation and preempt it on myself. Blah, blah, blah. Right. Why didn't you show screenshots? Wait, what? In one conversation in August, they would send me the following string of messages as I somewhat assented. I've been told I have a nice ass, but I want an adorable trans girl grabbing it. This applies to several things, to be honest. Is Shay a chaser? What the fuck? Is everyone that he's interacted with a fucking tranoid? Is that what he is? Shay's a chaser. Oh no. They're dealing with like a retarded fetishistic chaser. Everyone he's interacted with is trans. What the fuck? They called me a bottom, and I responded I am apathetic and ambivalent to indicate disinterest. Shay says, you might have broken my brain a bit. You say, you really chose the wrong person for this. Shay says it's mutual. You say arguable. He says, what do you mean? You say, look man, I'm going to be entirely real, this is fun, but I think you get a lot more out of this than me. Not to say I dislike it. What the fuck? Not to say I dislike it. Sorry, what? Oh my fucking god, this is impossible, man. Alright, nothing. I would reject advances. Can you show me the rejections, please? I'll try to subvert them as so as to be humorous and not flirty. Perhaps the most egregious example came in Jan 2025 when they stated they had, again, used a body hair removal product that I have recommended. Blah, blah, blah. He asked me if I wanted to see the results, and curious of the effectiveness, I said sure, expecting a tame picture. They sent me a picture, spoiled and marked. What? Thigh warning. The photograph was fully nude and showed me most of the body, obscuring only the genitals. This photo was clearly meant to be seen in a sexual contest. It was posed suggestively, and they had put up a peace sign as they often do in regular selfies. I'd guess the picture was originally intended for and posted it on their suggestive Twitter handle. Yeah, it's a fetish thing. Let me once again state for the record that I explicitly did not want a sexual relationship with Shay. Right. I said as much to them several times. I gathered myself and responded, right. Stonewall, though this made me deeply, horribly uncomfortable. I felt even worse in retrospect knowing other advances they made. I hated it. It's revolting. I still hate it. Okay. The sequence of events, blah, blah, blah. I started dating a former partner, Willie J. At the end of Feb 2025, they're strictly monogamous, as am I. This should have been well known to Shay, given that Shay and Willie are longtime friends, and a previous breakup of Willie's was pretty explicitly about differences in that. Shay knew the aforementioned previous partner of Willie's quite well too. On March 17th, Shay DM'd me and asked, among other niceties, in DMs whether I was still okay with friend flirting. Friend flirting. Given that I was then in a relationship, I dodged the question. It made me very uncomfortable. However, I probably did too good of a job hiding that. On April 9th, they messaged me again, starting the conversation by simply replying boop to their previous request for flirting. I dodged it again, so you just aired them, right? Stating that I would ask my partner, blah, blah, blah. Or, no, you didn't. Wait, what? They did the exact same boop again, boss, okay? On May 15th, they checked in on me again. Early in this exchange, they would ask again for affection and flirting. Just checking again. Culling is a no, right? My brain is deep fried. This is strange. You had flatly denied the request of a month prior. Have you heard of fucking blocking this guy, perhaps? My partner and I would break up for reasons I don't care. Shane knew this and paid it no mind. On July 30th, a group of several friends took a trip to Cedar Point. I was sitting on a couch near Willie, all context, and shooting me a chance to say chat. So they all met up in person. Shay sat next to me in a spot such that we were quite snugly together and tried to lean in. If this sounds like a mistake, please note that they would later state explicitly that it was another attempt to get cuddly. I did not want to be next to them, and they did not whatsoever ask if it was okay. As such, I tried to move away, and upon that not being effective, I left my seat quickly. This incident left even more of a sour taste in my mouth, given other instances of behavior. Okay, right. Did something you didn't like and you got up and left. Alright, good. I'd like to take a moment to confide in the reader. Don't do that. Why do I think this went for so long? Oh my fucking goodness. That's all. Really? Alright. Context, I left the server. I'm sorry for whatever I did. Thank you. Okay. Man, I'm fucking tired of these. Fucking... Alright. I don't want to play games, so this is not about me. He might wear at least somewhat because I'm not the only one who's this carefully enough to get this thick. Okay. So dismissively, completely underselling every single part of it without asking at all. I clearly want nothing to do with you. Unattributed nonsense. If you would like to amend your statement on the events between us, please let me know at your earliest convenience. I can prepare a briefing to be published unedited. It will be scathing. They have not responded. Right, okay. It's describing my own case. I'm not sure though. Shay never told me whether it was or not among gratuitous paragraphs upon paragraphs. Trauma dumping, there's a tiny section I was made aware only reading. Sent to me by a third party. This is also control. It was immensely disrespectful, only adding further to feeling dismissed by their previous actions. Complete and downright issue. Why didn't they care? Okay. Yeah, alright. I asked Shay to explain themselves, touching the previous excerpt. They deflected by asking what I wanted from them. I proceeded to lay it out with copious amounts. Okay, so this is just you shouting. Okay, right. This fucking document, yeah, fucking hell, man. I'm very, very skeptical, especially because it doesn't seem to have any screenshots attached. This has just been typed out, and that's it. So this is all I have to go off of. Right. So he said you had one. And he was being annoying with you. Oh shit, what's this? Since we were both they got rather touchy and cuddly as I was dealing with this. I'm not going to say that I didn't consent at the time, but their behavior was quite a bit more forward than it should have been. They were content and guiding me in the head. A few days later, they would explicitly state as such, but they'd feel up my ass. This was very soon after I say my line for acceptable behavior. It should be quite clear that this action was over the line, giving an observed pattern of behavior that's come to light recently. Okay. I was only 18 and incredibly emotionally raw and vulnerable at that point in my life. Right. What the fuck? So you're not going to say you didn't consent at the time. So you told them it was okay to act like this, but they were actively guiding me to put my head in their lap. Right. So a few days later, they would explicitly feel this. This was very soon. Your line for acceptable behavior. When asked what my line was, I replied conservatively, anything more than a kiss on the cheek, Anything more than that. At one point soon, I asked for advice on regarding the matter. This is just fucking weird. This is just fucking weird. And this is just fucking scary as well, but it's like, what the fuck? This is just I can't stand reading this. The strongest point of this document is that, yeah, there's eventually a point in this. There was eventually a point in this where apparently you told him that you were sick of his fucking behavior and you told him to fuck off. Right, that's really about it. All I can gather from this is the same shit that we gathered from before, and that is Shay's a little bit of a fucking... He's a bit of a pest, and he's a pushy retard. But what does this document say? This is nothing more than just explaining that you've had an unpleasant experience with someone who I can now identify as a trans chaser. I guess he did toast, because it's like, after this Azureth person spammed this to him, so I was questioning and an ultimatum. So he said, I don't want to play games, I'm going to try and get this through. So it's absolutely appalling that you would say something about before, addressing something else at a different point in time, without asking out only anything. I want nothing to do with you, unattributed to me, and so vague that it just becomes a blog of feel bad for me nonsense that can't be questioned at all. So this was just saying amend the statement, and they haven't responded. So I guess Shay did fuck off, but the more important things is something here, especially when they met up in real life. I guess because at that point, Shay must have known that this person, Azureth, or Audrey, or whatever the fuck, clearly doesn't like the advances. Clearly doesn't like the advances. Doesn't like the advances in real life, and doesn't like the advances online neither. Doesn't like any of it, right? But there's weird fucking things in here that make this so much more fucking complicated. Like, no screenshots, and then weird, like, back and forth shit where it's like, or like that one place somewhere where it's like, oh, I'm not going to say I didn't consent at the time, but it's like, what the fuck? It was somewhere here. Yeah, I'm not going to say that I didn't consent at the time, but you apparently did have a line. Right. This was very soon after I had outright stated my line for acceptable behavior. It should be quite clear that this action was over the line. Did you tell him that as well? It left a really bad taste in my mouth that they were being so aggressive at the time. Responded. All right, so this is the important bit here. I responded with disinterest and discomfort. So I think from then on, it should be like, yeah, okay, Shay's a little bit of a social retard who can't take a hint. But that's nothing that we haven't attributed from these other docs. So no sexual assault in this, but a lot of annoyance. This is just fucking gay and retarded, right? That statement is fucking gay and retarded. Okay, so yeah, but alright. Here we go. So Shay's rise. This is when he starts acting like a retard. What's on here? Right. I want to write, so I would be sent the following message. I want to write a real apology, not whatever that previous written in the middle of a panic attack thing was. Something meaningful. I'm so sorry about how badly I overstepped our boundaries. I stupidly took seemingly okay with this as an excuse to try and go further. Alright, okay. Here you go. You got him. You fucking got him right here. Even though I should have known this isn't true consent and it wasn't right to do to someone who is emotionally reeling from a breakup, I had assumed that because we cuddled so much during GDQ that we were closer than we were in that regard, and I was getting mixed messages about my behavior moving forward, which I should have immediately stopped and questioned. I should have immediately asked and said, are you okay with this? Before escalating. Failing from me, I'm deeply sorry about how I foolishly would take normalcy and lack of acknowledgement. That's not the case. I should have been smarter, more concerned. Right, I'm taking a lot of steps to make sure I don't repeat these mistakes. I'm getting blah blah blah, doesn't care, rah, 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 rah. Sorry, although slightly more thorough, this message followed apparent from the first. I will continue to show in future writings from all the incidents from Shay. These apologies seemed off. Downplayed events. And then you send them this to amend the statement. Right. Right. Okay. That's really about it. That's really about it. You caught him. Right. At least, if this is to be believed, you caught the motherfucker. He outright admitted that, alright, he admits to pushing a boundary, going over the line, doing something that isn't acceptable. Hello, photos. I'm reading a boring fucking document and it's so shit. Alright, so this one... Okay. The only thing that this demonstrates is that, yes, Shay is a social retard. And he's just doesn't understand or deliberately tries to push boundaries. This one, at least, I will give him this. There are points in this that does say that at least this individual, Azurath, was the most clear when it came to expression and explanations of discomforts and disinterest. There were some things that they were okay with, but then the line was pushed, and that's when things fell apart. Right. Even when they met up in real life, action was taken. Right. But this one, in terms of actual severity about certain things, is the weakest one. Although I'm also very, very scared about this. That's a little bit fast. But yeah, no, photos. This guy is a fucking trinoid chaser. He is a fucking retard. The strongest one we have is from Aspen. Here, Aspen says that there is supposedly, when invited to a room at some sort of meetup, there was sexual assault. But this isn't detailed enough for me to go off of. It just says they sexually assaulted me, but they didn't say, or they didn't feel safe saying no. And then nothing else after this. Nothing else after this. And what about these messages? What about these fucking messages? Because they're not fucking brought up here. And then this one is sexual assault on a technicality, because there was not any enthusiastic consent to an act of groping. That's what it is, right? Groping. But no. This guy is a trans chaser. Trans chaser. He's part of the TLDR, I'm illiterate. A lot of people are fucking illiterate, ballsy, because the people making the fucking videos here, like Merg has an axe to grind, he's funny, but everyone else, even one of the doc makers who made a separate document, and this guy's a fucking, this one is the worst fucking one. Easily, this is the worst one. This one is the worst one. But I hate this fucking shit so much. If anything, this document shows how retarded you are. Does it show how retarded Shay is? If you went off of this document by yourself, you're like, oh, Shay's a lazy fucking asshole. But you are unbelievably stupid. Fucking retard. I can't fucking believe this. I can't fucking... No, bro, okay. But no, 100% this guy is a chaser. This guy fetishizes tranoids, and he fetishizes chasing them, and he has certain fantasies. And he takes them along in Discord. There's another one that's very strong from this document as well, from Aspen, that's not elaborated on, and that's the potential for... I would describe it as grooming, but he doesn't explicitly say that this guy knew that they were underage when they were talking inappropriately. You have to assume so because of how this document is worded, but unless I fucking missed it... Age. To contextualize my age, not appropriate given my age... That's image, message, engage, message, advantage, all right. This one is important. This one is very important. You need to specify if 100% if he knew you were underage or not. You make that clear. This guy's fucked. 100%. At least from this testimony, this guy's fucked. You also need to elaborate on the sexual assault incident. What fucking happened there, alright? Like, what did he fucking do? What did he push you to do? How far did it go? The other one only went as far as groping. How far did Shay go in this act? How bad was it? That's very important to fucking know. And I don't know why this wasn't put at the top of the document and also not the most elaborated on. I don't understand. No, right. Cybles is a retard. All these guys look like losers. They do! Trinoid or not. Well, I think all of these guys are fucking trinoids. But you know what happened with this one? So this one right here, Cybles, or Sybils, whatever. This one, this entire document can be sent, or, what would you say? Constructed as, apparently the main conflict in this document is that Shay was referred to from Sybils' partner, their girlfriend, to do some YouTube work for Shay. So they had an agreed upon time and they agreed upon the work. Then the partner is like, oh, where's all the material? So we're following along right now? Shay asks, or no, so this Ava person is dating Sybils, but Ava is looking for work from Shay. So Ava expresses discomfort or annoyance to Sybils that, oh, yeah, they haven't sent me the fucking work. So I can't edit anything. And apparently, Sybils' way of confrontation about this was this. Right. Right here. Sybil says, "Hey Ava's shorts. I'll offer you a nude if you give Ava any sort of shorts. You have to do it. She's begging. We need money. I'll DM her tonight." And then that's the response. Sybil's is a fucking retard. "Oh no, Shay is lazy. Don't worry, I'll just bribe him with nudes." Fucking retard. That as soon as I saw this, it was like, yeah, no, this document is fucking dog shit, man. I hate this shit so. This needs to be elaborated. This doesn't describe the worst offenses, but at least I will give to this person that they were the most, at least from what I've seen, the most forward when establishing boundaries and expressing annoyance and grievances towards Shay. And at least also proving that Shay doesn't quite fucking get it. He's not all up here. But the thing is that I'm very confused about is that there's no screenshots at all. It's all just typed. I have to assume that this is what was said at these points, or roundabouts what was said at these points. Bruh. Fucking hell. This fucking... This fucking document sucks dick, man. It's so terrible. And we have Anonymous, then we have Anon3, then we have Willie J, then we have this one, Jay's Evolution, Prisma, Ray, Xander, Yellow, Anon2, Anon4, Anon5, Anon6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Ah. Fucking hell. See you around, Toast. See you around. Yeah, no, Shay. Shay is the Undertale speedrun guy. Or is some Undertale Deltarune speedrun guy, or at least makes, what would you say, content much like that. Unless I'm missing anything from here. So right here, this is potential to prove that Shay is at least some sort of groomoid. And possibly something akin to a rapist. But you need to elaborate on the sexual assault. This one, inappropriate touching without enthusiastic consent. Yeah, sexual assault. This one was just, yeah, Shay's a retard and he won't leave me the fuck alone type thing. Oh my fucking word. But these documents suck. They're so bad. 6 what? 6 what? You know what I said, photos. You know what I said. But yeah, so along with this, we have Anon. We have 11 Anons. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 other people who are actually named. If I'm counting that right. Not including Sybil's, but I don't think Sybil's considers themselves a victim perchance, or they shouldn't at least. Not from what I've read. Photos. Sybil's sent that as a sort of cookie. Yeah, it makes it look like it seems like it was a normal type of thing to do. Yeah. Sybil's sent that as a little cookie to apparently bribe and persuade Shay to send their partner, so Sybil's partner, Ava, material for editing work. And you know what's funny? Shay didn't ask for the nudes. He didn't ask for that. If you saw this, this was offered by Sybil's themselves. Exposes Sybil's as a retard. Ah, fucking hell, man. This shit sucks so much. Alright, come on. Does Willie J? I have... Okay, right. Ah, are you another Tranoid? Willie J, I haven't been impacted like the others have, but I want to detail an interaction to make shit light. In early 2023, she had posted some pictures to their private Twitter account that started out simply minorly revealing or not that revealing, showing some skin in a way that was not that bad at all, citing happiness with her body and a focus on body positivity. These photos would become increasingly more. This is a Boblax type thing to do now. This is like a Mr. Miss Manshi type account, right? Culminating in a picture of being sent in mid-April, which to many went too far. This image was specifically, what the fuck? Well, it's not explicitly. It's the kind of that borders on the category in every way possible. It might as well be, to be honest. Well, the purpose is the confrontation. What the fuck? It did have a spoiler tag. Couple of notes here. I was made to feel like I was crazy for thinking that something was happening that was wrong. I was made to feel like I was incorrect. Shay uses the lack of visibility on a post as an excuse to not tag the content. The last line speaks very loudly. Sorry, I just don't like being told that I did something wrong when I didn't do anything wrong. Equivocating the image that was posted to just an exposed damage was grossly irresponsible. No, it should be just wrong. Following this, Shay would start a confrontation with me in DMs. I will paste that confrontation in full. Oh my fucking word, man. First of all, I'm happy they decided to move that content into a Twitter circle, and then later I now deleted second Twitter role. I don't judge on what someone wants to share, but it needs to be done in a safe way. Through this interaction, I felt as though I've been scolded as blah, 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 blah. I don't like being accused of, yes, oh, fucking hell. I think you had the terrible realization that you were made to be part of this guy's fetish, and it didn't quite click for you. That's the only thing I can put together. That's the only thing I can put together. You had the terrible realization that you were being included in this guy's Boblax-esque fetish, and then you couldn't fucking comprehend that. This is just cope, is what it is. Fucking hell. Man, reading this makes my fucking brain hurt. No, photos. It wasn't a picture of the model. I nearly made that mistake as well. I thought initially, when I was scrolling through this document, I thought they meant this, right? No. I think this is a nude. I think that's a proper nude. Oh my fucking god, man. We only have, it's just this document wasn't made well enough. None of these fucking testimonies or this whole document was made well enough. We have the groping, which is one instance of essay. We have the one that was vaguely described in Aspen's testimony, which I guess just their word on it, it was essay or sexual assault. But then I also raised concerns about grooming. Azure Wraith just expressed a lot of annoyance in, Shay's, lack of social skills. And then this fucking Willie J guy is just coping about being included in a fetish account, on like a Twitter fetish account. You can make more evidence. just create it out of thin air. Oh, I'm getting DM'd. What's going on here? Oh no, that's nothing I care about. I don't understand. I'm gonna have to look at this tomorrow. I'm gonna have to look at the rest of this tomorrow because we have a lot more testimonies. But I don't see anything too strong here. It doesn't. There are like one or 2 points here that is like, okay, you've got him. This one, or no, it wasn't this one, it was this one. Apparently got, or Shay eventually did admit to pushing boundaries. But this one needs to be described. The Aspen one needs to be revised. It really does need to be revised. And the Star Smiley one, I think, in terms of talking about anything that is approximating sexual assault, this is the strongest one, probably. But that's not saying much because the rest of the document is quite weak. So really, this is the only bit in the document that I care about. Oh, fucking hell. This is just unbelievable. And it's a shame that there's not a comprehensive YouTube video on this. I think it's all because it's just too early. Shay is a sexual abuser. I'm probably going to have to look at this one as well. Fucking hell, right. And I'm probably going to have to reread some of the bits that I have already. I'm going to have to reread some of the shit that I've already gone through just to make sure that how I'm interpreting it is correct, because 99% of it, I'm just not convinced. Or it's just shit that is irrelevant. I don't give a shit. All roads of streaming lead to grooming. Yeah, what's up? Oh, me! Photos, you don't realize it, but you are. The Raved! Photos as he's coming out with that realization. Oh my god, I should have just stuck to playing games, man. I should have just stuck to playing games. But yeah, I need a proper look at this. I need a fucking proper look at this. I'm not going to be all there tomorrow. I'm probably going to be very, very lethargic. But we'll see if we can't get through the rest of this. There's a lot of testimonies. I don't think I've even gone through half of it. But the first little bits that I've read, I don't know why. It just doesn't hit me. It doesn't, like... There's nothing really here that's like red-handed. Like, that's it, done, goodbye. Like, there needs to be stronger shit. There needs to be stronger shit. Azurith is kind of there. Star Smiley is kind of there. Aspen needs to... There needs more. It needs more for me to, like, absorb this information. It's like... I'm just so shocked that no concerns in Aspen's document of grooming or no elaborations of the sexual assault occur. Like, just one paragraph. They assaulted me and they did things that I didn't like. And then that's it. It ends there. And then you can ignore Willie J, to be honest. You can completely ignore Willie J's testimony. It just doesn't hit. Photos is a victim. In all seriousness, you happen to be very good at reading manipulation. Fuck. Alright then. I think this is going to be the first time I apologize. This is going to be the first time I apologize on a stream, and I mean it. I do apologize to torturing everyone with that, but I am going to have to finish it tomorrow night, if I'm able to. And hopefully I can get through it tomorrow night as well, because I don't want to continue it in another stream. Hell fucking no. Hell fucking no. And let's see. In the messages where Willie J starts arguing in the DMs with Shay, he starts acting as if he did nothing wrong. There's a lot of fucking, like, bickering between the two. Shay was obviously never going to concede. Never going to concede at all. Never going to concede. Shay has a lot of trouble admitting fault in most of the confrontations that he's hit with. But then again, these people are so fucking retarded that their definition of a confrontation is the opposite of a confrontation, if you know what I mean. And tries to deflect everything onto Willie J, being mean for no reason. That, you did spot that at least. It's just like, oh, you guys are being mean to me. You guys are being mean. But I fucking hate everyone. I fucking hate everyone involved. I can't fucking take it. I can't fucking take it. This is a key sign of a half-assed manipulative tactic. It's just arguing with a brick wall. I wouldn't even call it manipulation. It's just... you could maybe say, if someone's trying to do that, like, oh, you're being mean, or you're being unnecessarily mean, saying shit like that, it's like, oh, they're clearly trying to guilt trip you, right? That's a sign of manipulation. I just think it's just Shay flailing. Panicking, you know, it's just like being a fucking spastic. I don't know. I wouldn't attribute that much intelligence to someone like this. For the impression that I get of everybody here is that they are very fucking challenged. Very fucking challenged. It's just... 100%. I think Shay created that private Twitter account with the intent of it being a kink thing, fetish thing from the beginning, and also expecting everyone that was following it expecting the same. It's 100%. That is a full-on, that is a Boblax type move. 100% is fetishistic. Holy fuck. And Jesus Christ, the realization that I had when everyone in this is transgender, that was fucking, that's just fuck. Yeah, and that just gave me the fucking, yeah, I had to conclude that, you know, shit, 100% he's also a chaser of some sort. 100%. Everyone, no, I'm not lying to you, but everyone, I think everyone here, or at least almost everyone involved in that document, is transgender. Or at least everyone we've seen. Right, okay, we haven't seen everything. Only the people that I've seen, I think either all of them are, or most of them are transgender. Fucking hell, man. What are the fucking chances, man? All of this has to be interlinked. It's cope if they say it's not. It's cope if they say it's not. There is a message in there proving that it is a factor. You think there's a correlation of everyone being retarded and then on top of that being trans? I'm just saying, Boofy, the graph looks like this. It's like it's fucking parallel. It's like it's linked, directly linked. Directly proportional, even. Oh, fuck. But anyways, I'm going to call it here. I'm sick of this fucking shit. Hopefully I can finish the rest of the document tomorrow night stream, and then afterwards we can have a palate cleanser. We can actually watch some fun videos, because by default, yeah, tomorrow has to be a Co0lio Reactio. But yeah, it's time for the obligatory outro. Thank you so much to everyone for watching, whether it was for a short while or a long while. It doesn't really matter to me, since I'm just here for fun, and it's all appreciated the same anyway. Take care, good luck on all of your endeavors, and don't forget to have fun. And also, don't get yourselves involved in retarded online fucking communities, okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Take care. Goodbye.